if you haven't joined us before, this is, of course, the SoundCloud game show, not officially associated with nor endorsed by SoundCloud yet.
LeBron James.
Scream if you love the SoundCloud game show.
I'm your host, Yokai, and today is a very special day because we have our very first guest star on the live show, Lil Rocketman. Thank you, Lil Rocketman, for joining us. I know that it was on very short notice, but we're very excited to have you. What have you been listening to lately?
Oh man, I've been listening to a lot of funk, dude. The new Back When tape dropped. Y'all should check that out. Local Stranger tape, a lot of stuff. Yeah, man.
That new Back When tape has been on loop for me. So you can see here, it's going to be chat versus me versus Lil Rocketman. It's a free-for-all, okay? 1v1v1. So the way this is going to work is you guys are submitting tracks on the Discord. And as you can see, I've got a Chrome extension that not only hides pretty much all of the identifiable information about the track, but it also hides the stats and gives us a little multiple choice option here, okay? Let's jump in. Familiar sample. I like that flute. It's nice.
Definitely 2019 funk vibe.
Oh yeah, big time. So with 177 tracks on SoundCloud, I don't know. I don't know if I would consider this likely to be a re-upload channel. This strikes me as an original upload because it's so old.
I think this is an original upload. The sound fits the time frame that it was released. In 5 years, he probably would drop quite a bit of tracks.
I think I'm ready to lock in my guess. So I'm gonna go ahead and write something down here. Let me know when you got your guess locked in.
It is locked in.
All right, chat, I'm gonna open the poll for you guys here. What are we thinking, A, B, C, or D? Vote in chat now. Seems like chat's thinking B so far. They're gonna go with 72K. Chat, you guys are saying that it's B. We got 22 votes in here, so 10 of you, 45% of you are saying B, 72K. I think that's a pretty fair guess. 5 years is a lot of time to rack up some streams, okay? For me, I'll go ahead and reveal my guess. I think it's A. I think this one's going to be a little more on the underrated side. If this were pulling over 100K streams or even close to 100K streams in 5 years, I feel like I would have come across it. That's why I went with A. What about you, Lil Rocketman? What did you put?
I went with B. I had guessed almost exactly that number originally. Yeah, I feel like 100K, over 100K is a little much. I feel like maybe I would have come across it, but this would do well in 2018, I think.
All right, well, I'm very curious to find out. Chat, you guys were saying B, so I'll go ahead and lock that in for you guys. How many streams does this track have? 3, 2, 1. 13.8K. It was a little more on the underrated side.
Damn, you were spot on.
A little more on the underrated side. Chat's getting rolled so far. Not off to a great start, guys. I just rack up points the whole game and then I win every time.
Bro, we'll see about that. But it's a nice track, especially for 5 years ago. But it's a nice one. I'm surprised that it's so underrated.
For 7,300 followers, pulling, 13K on a track, 400 likes, that's nothing to scoff at. All right, we'll get the next track pulled up. This is another paid submission. We had 2 to catch up on that came after the last stream. So this is our second one of 2. I love that chop.
Yeah, that sample goes hard.
It's got a really cool bounce. Okay, I see. Got kind of a little slowed part here at the end. I like that. I'm honestly not sure what to think of this one. I think it's definitely good enough to pull, more than 86 streams, but The question is, does it come from somebody with like a sizable following? Because that's really the only way I think you're going to pull 700 streams in a day. So it's tough to tell. And because this is one of those tracks, you know what? You know what I just realized? Something that's a really good indicator of, you know, what the audience size might be on this person's profile is the fact that they've got this fancy artwork. You know, well, I mean, it's blocked out because of the Chrome extension, obviously, but the fact that they have this waveform art, I'm pretty sure that you can only have that if you're monetizing your tracks. I'm going to lock in a guess. You got your guess locked in, Rocketman?
Yes, sir.
All right, I'll open the poll for chat. You guys let me know what you guys think. This track from 1 day ago. Over half of you guys are thinking B so far. Interesting. Chat, you guys are saying B. You guys are thinking that this one has 128 streams in a day. And I agree. I also think that this one's not going to be on the completely like super underrated side, but I think that the fact that they're monetizing their tracks makes me think they've got at least a little bit of a following there, and they could pull 128 in a day. 344, that's kind of a tough sell, so I wasn't willing to go that high. What do you think, Rocketman?
I went with A. I don't know. I feel like this guy's probably pretty underrated, and yeah, just in 1 day, I feel like it's going to be on the lower side. I don't know.
I think that my favorite part of this track was definitely the sample chop. I'm a big fan of string samples, and that one was one of the finer ones I've heard. So let's see. This track from 1 day ago. Show me 128. 3, 2, 1. It was, in fact, 128. All right. I forgot what I voted for a second, but looks like chat and I both pick up a point. I'm so sorry, Rocketman.
And I'm getting killed over here.
Hey, there's plenty of time to come back. DJ Teammate says, "You suck, Rocketman. JK, love you."
Bruh, come on, man.
Very cool track. This one comes from 147 Romeo. It's called Staying on the Grind. Only 6 tracks, so he might be a little bit of a newer producer. Let me get the next track pulled up. This time we're going to be pulling a random one from the Discord, so don't forget to submit a track on the Discord if you haven't had a chance yet. All right, we've got a random track here pulled out from the Discord. Let's get it running. October of 2016. This was like right when I was getting into funk. It does have cowbells, though. That's some people's definition of funk, after all. Bit of an avant-garde 808 pattern.
Definitely.
A lot of slides. It is, yeah. I love that little... It's like a little trill.
It is a little goofy.
Might need a little bit more variation, maybe. What, 4 notes? There might be a repeated note in there, so it could just be 3 notes. Was this PHONK back in the day? I don't think this is intended to be a shit post. This is shit that people would unironically listen to 7 years ago.
Low-key crazy. It's getting even 20K.
I know. How did this pass as music? All right, Rocketman, you got your guess locked in?
I do.
All right, chat, the poll is open. How many streams does this track from 7 years ago have? No, Skinny, I'm so sorry. There is no option lower than A. I have a feeling, now I've been wrong before on this, but I have a feeling we're all gonna score a point here.
No, I agree. I'm gonna be shocked if it's got 200K or half the close. Like that'd be wild.
Yeah. So chat, you're saying A. We only got 16 votes on that one. I guess nobody was really they didn't know what to think. So I went with A as well. I also think that you'd have a tough time convincing me this had more than 200K. What do you think, Rocketman?
I also went with A.
Yep. As I suspected, we were all in agreement on this one. Let's reveal it, why don't we? Show me 20.3K streams. 3, 2, 1. It was 20.3K. Well done, everybody. We all take a point on this one. Rising tide lifts all ships. As we can see here, this is a beat from none other than Jace Money. I have seen their name floating around throughout the years. Bit of a SoundCloud OG. I'm not surprised that they have 250 tracks on SoundCloud. He's been in the game for a minute.
It's a long time. I think I started producing like at that exact time. Like that's when I first started making beats. That's pretty crazy. It's a lot of plays for that track, not gonna lie. But
that one surprises me. So yeah, go run that one up if you guys fuck with that, or if you want to just bump it as a meme.
Now listen, you idiots.
Ah. Okay. Okay. I see some people calling out in chat. That tag is too iconic to miss that one.
Wait.
Yeah, definitely no issues with the mix on this one. I'd say that this one's mixed quite immaculately. All right, so this one has a minimum of 54K. Admittedly, I know the producer, but I don't remember what song this is. I don't think this is one that I have saved anywhere, so not one that I've listened to a whole lot. Just let me know when you've got your guess locked in, and then we'll let chat weigh in.
I got my guess.
What are we thinking on this one? How many streams does this track have? From a producer who many of us recognize, I believe. So let me know now in chat. We got 12 votes so far, and so far you guys are leaning towards A. Oh, now it's all tied up, A and B. Somebody's got to get their votes in. Get your votes in, guys. The poll is now closed, and the A's take it. You guys voted A. You guys are thinking this one's a little on the underrated side. I, on the other hand, went with B. I'm thinking this one's right on the cusp of 100K. I feel like if it was any older than 2 years, given, you know, the fact that we know who the producer is, I probably would have gone with C or D. But the fact that it's still a little on the newer side, I went with B. What about you, Rocketman?
I went with A on this one. I agree with that. You know, like, SoundCloud wasn't as poppin' 2 years ago. If it was prior to 2 years, I definitely would say C or D. But it was between A or B for me. I don't know. I would be surprised if this one got up to 100K.
You guys are thinking it's more on the underrated side. I can definitely understand that. So I'll go ahead and lock in A for you guys. Let's find out. This track from 2 years ago by Cloudbug, as many of us have deduced. Let's see it. 3, 2, 1. It was 53.9K. Well done, chat. Well done, Rocketman. Yokai, go die in a hole, right? All right, so yeah, this is It Gets Crazier, the sequel by Cloudbug. So I am familiar with It Gets Crazy, but admittedly not as familiar with the sequel, It Get Crazier. So that was that one.
I feel like I might know who this producer is.
Oh, yeah? We need to lock in a guess here. It's a pretty good track, so I'll have to keep that in mind. And like I said, 90 tracks from this person on SoundCloud, so they're pretty consistently putting out tracks. My guess is locked in.
A big difference from A to B.
Pretty big difference, yeah. It depends how underrated you think this one is.
All right, I got my answer.
Alrighty, chat. The poll is now open. I'm going pretty ambitious on this one, I can say. But the poll is closed, and a majority of you guys are saying B. You guys are thinking this one's gonna pull 160K streams. That's a lot. You know what's more than that? 284K. That's what I went with.
Wow.
It's something to keep in mind. We haven't had any. I don't think we've had a C answer yet. This one's well produced enough and catchy enough that it could definitely go viral somewhere. So that's why I went with that. What do you think, Rocketman?
I went with B. I think because it's 4 years ago, it could have done pretty. I think it would do pretty well. But I just feel like it's a little bit too simple and maybe a little goofy to hit like 250,000, you know, or more than that.
That's a fair point. So you and chat are both in agreement on B. I'll lock in B for you guys. Let's find out. This track from 4 years ago. Show me 162K. 3, 2, 1. It was 162K, and it's a track from Swum. None other than Swum. I can't believe I didn't recognize this, and I can't believe it doesn't have 284K if it's a track from Swum, honestly.
Yeah.
All right, Rocketman, we're tied up, and chat takes the lead.
Definitely more modern sound with this.
Oh, yeah.
This shit is hot.
Hard.
I love that reverse 808 or whatever the fuck that is.
Yeah, that's sick.
Sounds like you're getting hit in the face with a fucking plasma gun or something. Yeah, these really new ones are pretty tough to guess. The newer the track is and the older the track is, it's hard to guess. I feel like the golden range is like 6 to 12 months. That's when it's usually pretty easy to guess. I'm gonna lock in a guess here.
Yeah, I got mine locked in.
All right, chat, the poll is open. What are we guys thinking? How many streams does this track from 5 days ago have?
A lot of B's.
Yep. Chat's thinking B so far. A could take it though. How underrated is this track from 5 days ago, chat? You gotta lock in your vote. Let us know what you're thinking. The poll is now closed. You guys are saying B. You guys think this track has just shy of 1K streams in 5 days, which I think is fair. It's a pretty good track. I would hope that it's not sitting at 850 after 5 days. I went with A because having done this show for a little while, I have learned that a lot of these newer tracks with the newer, modern take on the genre doesn't get as much love as I feel like it deserves. I've learned my lesson. I know to go a little bit lower on some of these tracks that sound like this, but I'm curious to hear what you think, Lil Rocketman.
So I went with C, partially because of your reasoning from the last one where we haven't had any C's or D's yet,
Yeah.
It's bound to happen. And I feel like the track is strong enough. He's released enough, to where I think it could definitely get over 1,000 in 5 days.
I would love to think so. All right. Well, you guys said B, so I'll lock in B for you guys. I'm saying A. Rocketman's saying C. Someone is going to come out with a point unless it ends up being D. So let's find out. 3, 2, 1. It was D. Nobody's scoring points, man. We gotta learn not to undersell Holy Sus. We've had a few submissions from him on the show. This one is called Ya Flex with Azzi. So, damn. Honestly, give us some more. Everybody go run that track up.
It's a nice track for sure.
Yeah. Holy Sus, keep at it. Someone's saying, Rocket, how often do you use shampoo in the shower? We're all dying to know.
Every time I go in the shower.
No stinky boys in this game.
I'll be working out in the gym. I'm not gonna just rinse water over a bunch of sweaty hair and call it good.
Right. Let it marinate.
Yeah. Ambient vibes.
Mm-hmm. Ooh. Okay. Some jungle influence. Some amen break action. Man, I really want to hear a vocal sample on this.
Yeah, I agree.
If it's gonna be instrumental, I would want to hear some more variation. All right, it's a very cool, it's got a cool groove to it. I'm gonna lock in my guess here.
How many? 4 tracks from this guy?
13. This is their presumably their 13th track.
I got mine locked in.
All right, chat. Does it have literally 1 stream? We got 16 votes in so far. Most people are voting A. We got 2/3 of you guys basically voting A. Few votes for B and 1 vote for C. You could be the lone C vote. You'll be very vindicated when you find out that it's C. I went with A. I think that, we've only seen it one other time on the show where a track has literally had 1 play. And it doesn't really have that much variation to it. It's a little repetitive. So that's why I went with A. What do you think, Rocketman?
I have to agree. Pretty much all of the same reasons. I went with A. Yeah, it's just very simple. It was only posted 1 day ago. He doesn't have a lot of tracks out. With that Reese base, I don't see it getting a whole lot of plays yet in 1 day.
All right. Well, it seems like we are all in agreement here. We all think that we are the second ever play on this track, which would be a big moment. Second time this has ever happened on the show, if that's the case. So let's go ahead and lock in A. Show me 1. 3, 2, 1. Okay, well, now it's at 3 because we played it a couple times, but we were correct. Well done, chat. Well done, Lil Rocketman as well. Everybody gets a point there. Yeah, so this one was from Fleeka187. Is Fleeka in chat? For some reason that name sounds familiar. Fleeka187, Utterly Lost. And they're calling this breakcore. So if you ever wanted to know what breakcore sounds like, there you go.
Yeah, dude, I don't know what breakcore is, so I can't speak on that. Def not break, and nobody says breakcore.
Nobody thinks it's breakcore. Okay, well, fair enough. Yeah, chat's going down. Chat will be no problem, Rocketman. Don't worry about them. Chat always gets overconfident. And then they win because they cheat.
Rap is strong, it can't go wrong. Yeah, but what if your rap is strong and the shit still go wrong? But that's not possible. Not if you marinate that fish right.
Easy come, easy go, easy go, easy come. Never have I gave a damn. Cold flow where you can slam. Playing in the background. I see brothers slow jams. Gotta kick it off the ground. Never off the fucking sand. Never have I.
This sounds like the artist formerly known as MC Holocaust. I believe he is now Play a Misery. But I feel like that's his voice, if I'm not mistaken. If this is a Play a Misery track from 7 years ago, this probably has hundreds of thousands.
Just gradually slowing down.
It really does.
What the?
Damn, we're ending the track at fucking 70 BPM. Okay, kind of a cool track though. I mean, I haven't seen that done before, where they literally just automate the tempo for 2 minutes straight. But it could definitely have brought in 100,000 streams, I guess.
Who's listening to that 2 minute slowdown section? Like, that's crazy.
That's a good point. I'll save that for later. I have an idea here.
I'm rocked.
Alrighty, chat, the poll is open. You guys can decide now what you guys are going to go with on this one. So far, chat is definitely leaning B. We got only 10 votes so far. Everybody make sure to get your vote in. The poll is closed. You guys only voted for A and B, but the Bs took it. About 2/3 of you went with B. So you guys are thinking this one's barely crossing that 120 threshold, almost getting to that 125K point. I agree. I think that this track, it's not like anything crazy. It's not like, oh, I could definitely see this one going viral or whatever. It is 7 years old, so I think that it's had time to pull in hundreds of thousands over time. But I also feel like the fact that, like you said, Rocketman, I can't imagine somebody sitting there and listening to the whole slowdown section every single time they listen to the track. So I feel like people are probably getting through the point that they like and then going back to the beginning. But what do you think, Rocketman?
I agree exactly. Yeah, I went with B. And yeah, I think if it didn't have that slowdown section, I would have gone with probably C or D. But because that is just so long and a little bit painful.
Huh?
Agreed. You heard it here first. Rocketman says too long and too painful. So with that in mind, we'll go ahead and lock in B. Everybody's in agreement on B. Show me 123K. 3, 2, 1. It was 50.9K. We were a little too ambitious. Yeah, the 5 people who voted A are probably a little upset, a little tilted right now.
Reese's Buttercups on pizza, bro, that's crazy. Get out of here.
Yes, as we predicted, this is from Play a Misery, the artist formerly known as MC Holocaust. This is a track called Fall Into Eternal Bow, produced by DJ Flora, so probably.
It is like a low number for that time frame and whatnot, but yeah, that slowdown section is a questionable decision.
Yeah, someone's saying maybe speed up would have been the move. Yeah, maybe. Says looks like dirt. It's not sounding like dirt to me. This is some PHONK Spotify playlist type beat. Huh. Got some like 80s synth wave layer. Okay.
At least it doesn't have this distorted to hell cowbell.
Right. Yeah. Like it's weird. It's like it's mixed like I don't know. They use a lot of sounds from like 80s synth wave music.
All right. I got my answer.
I got my answer locked in as well. Chat, the poll is now open. You guys can hear this track here, this weird 80s synthwave drift funk hybrid from 1 year ago. The votes are fairly split so far. Most of you are split between A or C, so you can't decide if it has 200 plays or 40,000.
220 is just so low.
That's really low. I feel like this is definitely pulling more than that. All right, the C's have it. You guys are saying this one has 42,000 streams. It doesn't have that like super viral distorted sound, and it's not like super fast paced or anything like that. So I wasn't feeling quite ambitious enough to say D, but I did go with C. So I'm in agreement with chat. What do you think, Lil Rocketman?
I went with B, but similar reasoning, and it was between B and C for me. Definitely good enough to have more than 220 streams in that period of time. But yeah, I agree. It doesn't have like that sound for it to go viral on TikTok or something and get over 100K.
And I mean, 130K, that's a lot to get in a year and a half. So you'd almost have to go viral somewhere else to pull that. Chat, you said C, I said C. Rocketman, you're going B. Let's see what the correct answer is. 3, 2, 1. It was A. 220 streams in a year and a half. To the 7 people who voted A in chat, I'm so sorry that you guys lost by 1 vote. That's rough.
It's a little shocking.
It is a little shocking. This is from Last Fragment, who has 200 followers on SoundCloud. So respect to Last Fragment. They got 104 tracks on SoundCloud. They're out here putting in work. If you guys are a fan of that track, go show some love. That's crazy. I was not expecting it to have that few. Very EDM-y, yeah. It almost seems like it's got like 4 distinct sections.
Yeah, this is just straight up EDM. No
It
funk.
certainly is. It certainly is. DJ Mustard chant in the background. Hey, 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 hey. This one's really tough. I'm not tapped into this genre at all. And the fact that this person only has 11 tracks on SoundCloud is really throwing me off.
These are all big numbers, too.
Right.
Big numbers.
Yeah, this is tough. All right, I've got my guess locked in. Tell us what you think. How many streams does this track have? As a reminder, the person only has 11 tracks on SoundCloud, so that's not a lot. So far, chat is very split. They can't seem to decide between A, B, or C. C is really, pretty up there too. It's a tie. So chat, you guys couldn't quite decide between A or B. So unfortunately, that means I'm going to have to flip a coin for you guys to decide. Zoom in so you guys can see. It landed on heads, so you guys are going A. When I heard this, I really wasn't sure what to think. I think that this could be uploaded by a label or something, and the fact that it's 6 years old and it has just that sound, it sounds like it's getting played at festivals. It sounds like it'd get thrown into a bunch of DJ sets. I went with C, so that's why I went with C. What do you think, Rocketman?
I went with B. I think that it sounds good. Like it could be played at festivals, but I don't know. It doesn't have any vocals, so it's lacking like a catchiness in my opinion. I don't know. I have no idea with this genre of music.
Yeah, for sure. All right. So chat is saying A. You're saying B, and I'm saying C. So as long as it's not D, someone's scoring a point here. Chat, you guys went with A, so I'll go ahead and lock that in for you. Show me 28K in 6 years. 3, 2, 1. It was 28K. Chat takes the point barely from the coin toss.
Yeah, I would have expected a little bit more, but just without catchy vocals and whatnot, I don't see it going that viral.
Right. Yeah, that's a good point. No vocals. That's tough. So this is a track called Ghost from Snowcloak. Obviously, this is a scene that we don't really look at a lot, so I'm not familiar with this artist, but 200 comments on this track. That's a lot of comments for a track with 28K streams. Chat extends their lead to 2. 6 to 4 to 4. Oh, some boom bap action. Okay.
Okay. Spanish boom bap. Boom bap. Okay.
No clue what bro is saying, but he's spitting.
SoundCloud's not that friendly to boom bap singles though.
Right, yeah. Yeah, I've noticed that. I'm not really sure what to think on this one. The B, C, and D are all pretty close to each other, so I got my guess locked in. You got yours?
Yeah, I got mine.
All right, chat, the poll is now open. Almost all of you are going A, so make sure to get your votes in if you have not already. The poll is closed. Chat, you guys are saying A overwhelmingly. 80% of the vote going with A, 578 streams. And I think that is a very fair guess. I think that given the fact that this person only has 11 tracks on SoundCloud and the fact that, like Rocketman was saying, boom bap singles just probably aren't going to pull a ton of streams on SoundCloud, I went with A as well. What do you think, Rocketman?
Also went with A. Yeah, I just in a month with that little tracks, and it's also in either Spanish or Portuguese, which is gonna make it even less, not get even less streams.
Yep.
So.
Let's find out. Show me 578. 3, 2, 1. It was 578. Well done, everybody. This track is from Mush Out. I don't know if I'm saying that right. This is our first time getting a track from them on the show. But I am familiar with that artist. I've seen that name floating around. This is Federales by Mush Out.
I do recognize that name. I think he's pretty active in my Discord and whatnot. Yeah, he has some nice tracks. Okay.
This is a different vibe.
Yeah. Like a Bollywood sample.
Yeah, Bollywood. That's a perfect description, yeah. That sounds like Russian. We got some Russian Bollywood type beat. And the slowed Russian talking, it just sounds like talking. Bro ain't even rapping.
That's a strange vibe, not gonna lie.
It's not Russian vocal. Got it. So we got Portuguese with some Bollywood melodies.
Damn.
I have no fucking clue. All right, I'm gonna lock in a guess here.
Yeah, I got mine in too.
The poll is open. What do you guys think of this Bollywood type beat?
If I play this live, you better give me $100. I'm gonna hold you to that.
$100 to play it live.
We'll do it live. Okay. We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live.
All right, only a couple seconds left on the clock, and the A's have it. We had a few votes for D. A few people thinking this one's pulling almost 700 streams in 5 days. Me, though, I'm with you guys, chat. I didn't know what to think of this one. I don't listen to a lot of Bollywood-type beats with Portuguese vocals, so what do you think, Rocketman?
Yep, I went with A. I don't know what audience this is reaching. Yeah, I don't know. I can't see this doing that many numbers, especially in only 5 days.
This is for the Brazilian Bollywood enjoyers, I guess. Show me 298 streams. 3, 2, 1. It was 298. Well done, everybody. And this is a track called O Baile Ta Lotadao. So thank you, Hags, for that submission. This is one of the weirder curveballs we've gotten thrown on this show. So interesting. And he tagged it India Funk, Bollywood type beat. I really dig that halftime guitar sample in the back with that respace. It's nice.
Vibe.
I got a feeling this should be amazing. Every day I get the bread. Every day I get a million.
Yeah, this is pretty gas. I really like the drum patterns. I just feel like the bass could probably be mixed a little fatter.
That's how I feel, cause it's nothing. That's how I feel. That's how I feel.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. Like an edit of someone else's.
It could be, actually. And then it could have a shit ton of plays.
It really could.
It's a lot of plays to get in 2 years, though.
It is. That is not a long time. Okay, I'm gonna lock in a guess.
Alright, we'll see.
Chat, the poll is open. You guys can vote how many streams you think this track from 2 years ago has. Most people are saying B so far. It looks like the Bs are probably gonna take it. The fact that it seems like this could be a re-upload account and that it could be a slowed version of a popular song, I went with C. I just randomly guessed between the two big answers. So what were you thinking on this one?
The D, because I think it could be a slowed and reverbed song. And I don't think we've had a D yet, have we?
I think we might have had one, but nobody got that one right. So nobody has correctly guessed D. You could be the first one of the day. All right, chat, you're saying B, so I will lock in B for you. Let's find out how many streams this track from 2 years ago has. 3, 2, 1. It was 41 streams?
It was slowed.
It was a slowed song, bro. Oh, man. Okay, and this comes from our very own Hydro. Hydro, I don't know if you're in the chat today, but we did get fooled. We all got fooled. Nobody scores any points on that one. Pretty fat. Really cool drums. Yeah, him beats vibes. I hear that.
Yeah.
Okay. Any initial thoughts on this one, Rocketman?
It's nice. Like, it's not a bad track. I don't see it getting a ton of streams, though, especially in that time period. No vocals, you know.
No vocals, yeah. This is kind of a shot in the dark, but I think I gotta go with this one. Chat, the poll is now open. You guys can let us know how many streams you think this track from 6 months ago has. The vast majority of you guys are going A so far. Okay. Everybody get your votes in. Chat, you guys are overwhelmingly saying A. 84% of you actually said A. So, and I think you are probably correct to think that, because going back to what Rocket said, again, I think that these instrumental tracks, it's a little harder for them to pull in streams, and it's only 6 months old, so I don't think that I can necessarily say that confidently that it's pulling in 30K streams. What do you think, Rocketman?
Yep, 100% agree. I went with A. I just don't think that instrumental is gonna be pulling like over 20 or 30K. Like, it's not bad, but it's not that special, you know. To really, in 6 months, it would really have to pop off.
For sure. We're going a little more underrated with this one. Show us 1,028 streams. 3, 2, 1. It was 1,028. Well done. Everybody scores a point on this one. We're all really on it today. And now that we're into what appears to be the final round of the day, why don't we make things a little interesting, huh? If you guys would like to make this last round interesting, let us know if you would be willing to wager, what would it be? 3 points? If I see 5 yeses in chat, then we will all wager 3 points. Young Demon says, I'm comfortable where we are. You guys are being such pussies today. Oh my god, no balls. Thousand says yes. Oh, there it is. Okay, we got a flood of yeses in there. We did get 5 no's, but hey man, we're making it interesting. Chat, if you're confident in your abilities, it shouldn't matter. And be polite, we got a guest star, okay? Let's play along.
Those are big numbers for this content.
They are big numbers. I am surprised that a track that sounds like this has even 60K.
A few moments later.
Ooh.
Okay. I can fuck with that.
I can see this pulling some streams. Okay. Okay, yeah, this shit is probably crazy on TikTok. It's gotta be.
If you threw this in like a techno set, it would go crazy.
Oh, for sure. All right. Chat, what are you guys thinking? So far, the B's definitely have a commanding lead. So you guys are saying 91.4K. I also went with B. I think that this one is good enough to pull tens of thousands of streams, probably more than 60K. I think it could definitely, get a lot of support. But being only a year old, I just don't know if I could see it crossing that 100K threshold in such a short amount of time. What do you think, Rocketman?
I went with A. It was a toss up between A and B though for me. I don't know. I'm feeling A.
Well, chat, you guys are saying B, Rocketman's saying A, and I'm saying B as well. Let's find out. Show me 91.4K. 3, 2, 1. It was 133K. We were underselling it, bro. Underselling it. So nobody scores a point on that one. We might need to switch on over to another one to decide the game. This is tight. I think in the interest of time, I'm going to go ahead and lock in my guess. All right, I've got my guess locked in. Rocketman, you got yours locked in?
Got it locked, yep.
All right, chat. To decide the game, let me know how many streams you think this track from 2 months ago has. I mean, the A's could have a shot at it. If you guys want to get in some votes for A, you guys might have a shot at it, but it looks like B is going to take it. The B's take it. Chat, you guys are saying this one has 3,400 streams. Unfortunately, I also went with B, so if we both get it right, chat, then we're tied up, and that doesn't decide the game. But, Rocketman, I'm curious to know, what did you put?
I put A. I know Young Demon. He drops hella tracks. And yeah, he's definitely underrated. He's always dropping quality stuff too, but yeah, I haven't seen like his tracks breach more than a couple thousand too often. So I think this one is gonna be on the lower side.
Chat is saying B. I'm saying B. Rocketman is saying A. Rocketman, if you get this one right, you win the SoundCloud game show. Okay?
Hey.
This is a big moment. So chat, you guys said B. I'll lock in B for you guys. Show me 3,400 streams to decide the game. 3, 2, 1. It was A.
Yes.
Rocketman, I'm so proud of you, man. First live guest appearance, and he takes the dub. Pretty commanding victory, dog. You beat chat by 4 points because of that little wager at the end. Yeah, this is a track from Young Demon, Stay Down. Very sad to see that it doesn't have the plays that it deserves, but to your point, Rocketman, he needs more streams. He's pretty underrated.
Very, very underrated.
Show some love to Young Demon. He's a very talented producer. So everybody get the streams up. Well, anybody got any final parting questions for me or for Lil Rocketman? What percent of a down payment should Skinny Winnie put on a house? He's dying to know, Rocketman.
You're asking the wrong guy. 69%.
There you go. Never go wrong with 69%. All right, folks. Thank you so much for joining the stream today. It was a very special one, very monumental one. We had our first guest star on live take the dub. I'll catch you guys on Wednesdays next week. So we're now streaming on Wednesday nights, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern. Lil Rocketman, thank you so much for joining us today. It has been an absolute honor.
Of course, dude. Thank you for having me. It's a lot of fun.
All right, sweet. Well, everybody have a blessed day, and I will catch you guys next time. Peace.